I liked your analogy of like when you said that we're babies in the church, and so we need to learn
Hmm.
to sit up and crawl, and I think that that's why the list of the do's and the don'ts are so important, because when you are learning, when you're raising a child, it's important to tell them all the do's and don'ts of
Right.
life. But
Hmm.
then you grow up and you have to like kind of figure out life on your own. And so that's why I'm like, I see the placement and the importance of that time, of the do's and the don'ts and all the rules, and follow this and follow that and do this and do that, because that was part of our raising, that was part of our growth, that was part of our
Hmm.
understanding. And I guess maybe you know maybe some people that are stuck on the do's and don'ts just don't have the confidence in themselves to follow Jesus Christ without that. It's kind of like my grandson. He so knows how to walk, but he doesn't believe he knows how to walk. And so he's got to make sure he's got all of these things to hold on to. Do you know what I mean?
Hmm.
And those
Yeah.
laws and those rules are a safety net. I've got to hold on to these because I don't actually really believe that I can walk on my own. And people who are struggling to let go of those rules and the old way is struggling to have confidence in themselves to walk on their own and to have a relationship with Jesus Christ on their own without those laws and rules.
Yes.
Yeah, and I think that people who maybe held on to the laws and rules of the gospel, it's like them holding on to couches, they're holding on to chairs, they're holding on to things, learning to walk, but then they grab a hold of something that is actually not that steady, that is
Yeah.
actually not the rock, right? It's not the
Yes.
rock. And so
Yes.
they've held on to things, they've held on to these rules, and but they grab on to something that fails them, and then they think, oh my gosh, the gospel must not be true. I'm going to
Exactly.
walk away from all of this, and
Yeah.
I'm going to figure out on my own. And they do, and they walk away, they're able to walk, but
Hmm.
they're not realizing the connection that you can have with the church, with the people, and the brokenness of the chairs and the items that
Hmm.
you're holding on to. So yeah,
Yeah.
that when you said that it's that represents a kid, we were a kid in the gospel, that really rings true to me, because
Hmm.
it and I think Heavenly Father, or I think President Nelson, as Jesus Christ's mouthpiece. So Jesus Christ saying, "It's time to focus on me." And it's that Peter moment, you know. He's
Hmm.
bidding you to the water, and if you keep your eye focused on him, then you can make it. But we get distracted with the storms and
Yeah.
the that are knocking us
Yes.
over and making us lose focus on Jesus Christ.